What is up, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Blackblade and welcome back to my channel. And for today I would like to share to you guys a monk build that I've been working on. The monk will revolve around a certain weapon that I found in game, you know, while I was farming. Now the staff is called the Staff of Kyro. Now if you look at there on one of its tooltips, it says that the staff increases the deadly reach damage by 49%. So 49% is actually a pretty huge percentage damage modifier, especially so of course for the deadly reach. So that's why this build is kind of built around the this item. So let's go to the skill tree. To the skills. Now, first of all, of course, we are going to use the Deadly Reach with the Rune Scattered Blows. Now, I chose the Scattered Blows because of the fact that enemies within 25 yards have the chance to get hit for 156% damage, and also has a 50% chance to knock up enemies. So yeah, that 25 yards is actually a pretty huge radius for your character, but then the drawback is, you know, sometimes when you're attacking monsters in front, some monsters will not get hit from the back, and it's actually pretty random, but the randomness is actually pretty good in some ways, simply because you are as often as possible, or sometimes you are actually hitting almost all of the mobs within that 25 yard radius. Now for my second skill, I'm using the 7-sided strike. To my opinion, this is a very OP skill. As you can see there, it deals 977% weapon as damage for what do you call this? Within a 7-yard radius around the enemy. So what that actually means is that if you have an elite pack or a group of champion packs which are tightly close together, each of them has the will explode. What I mean is will explode for 977 damage. So that is a huge amount of damage, and of course add to that the 5,677% weapon damage with each strike that you do with the 7-sided strike. So that is a pretty damn awesome or a pretty damn OP skill in my opinion. And if you guys are doing a monk build, I suggest that you incorporate the 7-sided strike, because usually if you pop in the 7-sided strike and the elite or the champion packs is not yet dead, you only have to survive for a couple of few seconds, and on the second time that you pop in the 7-sided strike, the elite mobs and the the champion packs will die immediately. So for our defensive, for our action bar skills, number one, I have their Serenity. Now the reason that I have Serenity there is because that is actually kind of like my panic button, or my our anti-CC. I've chosen the the Ascension for my skill rune. That is of course to increase the duration of Serenity to 4 seconds. Now you may be thinking that 4 seconds is a pretty short duration, but when you're actually in game and playing, you'd actually notice that 4 seconds is a lot of time. You can actually do a lot of things there. You can pop in a lot, at least 2 wave of lights, and then, you know, get out of the situation where you're at. And that, with that said, of course, my secondary skill is the Wave of Light with the Rune Explosive Light. Now I chose the Explosive Light simply because I don't really want to point anywhere. That of course, you know, if you pop in that, it is an AoE range attack, so I don't necessarily have to think of whether I'm going to hit the monster or not. It's like, you know, whether they get hit or not, eventually, eventually, you know, they will get hit because it's an AoE attack. So yeah, and add to that, of course, I have a very, very bad aim. So let's go to my third skill, which I really love. I really love that Blizzard changed the mechanics of the dashing strike. I'm choosing dashing strike with the barrage skill. Now, the dashing strike can be used in several ways. Number one, you can use it to traverse areas really fast. So you can use that twice. So as you can see there, we have covered a really huge distance in just a matter of seconds. So you can clear areas at a more faster rate with this one. So that is the first use. The second use is, of course, for example, you're getting ganked up by a lot of elite packs, especially those elite packs which spawn modifiers of minion, and there are a lot, and you get yourself trapped in the middle. You can actually use the dashing strike to get out of the situation. So that's number two. And number three, you can actually use the rune. You can actually use the barrage rune. As you can see there, the last enemy that you dash through is obliterated with a barrage of strikes, taking an additional 498 weapon damage as physical for 2 seconds. So that 498, the animation that is going on there is like you're doing a 7-sided strike. You kind of have these holograms of yourself attacking the enemy, very similar to the animation of the 7-sided strike. Now for our passive skills, I'm using the excuse me. I am using the Exalted Soul because it increases our spirit by 100 and increases our spirit regeneration by 2 per second. So that allows me to pop in at least 3 wave of lights before I completely run out of spirit. Now for the next, I'm using Transcendence. This is actually a pretty good healing, what do you call this? Healing skill for our character, because as you can see, every point of spirit spent heals you for 50 life. Since we are doing a 75 cost for the spirit over here, we multiply that, of course, with 50, and of course add to that heal amount is increased to 0.4% of your health globe healing bonus. Since I have a health globe healing bonus of 7,737 times what was that? Times 0.4. So you guys do the math. I don't really want to do the math. And for the last skill, I'm using the Beacon of Ethar, so that we can reduce which reduces all of our cooldowns by 20%. Because as much as possible, you really want to use these two skills as often as possible, especially if you're nimble like me. I'm actually not doing pretty good when it comes to my resistances. As you can see, I'm doing Torment Level 1, Torment Level 1, and I have a pretty bad resist all. As you can see, some are on the, most of them are on the 500-ish, and I only have 2 which is on the 600 plus. Normally when you're doing Torment Level 1, you really want to shoot for at least 700 resist all, but in my case, I can handle it. So yeah. And I'm also doing pretty bad with my life. As you can see, I'm only doing a 52k with my life. Normally, when you enter the Torment Level 1 area, you need to be able to have at least 60 to 70k life, respectively. Now let's go to our Paragon skills. With my core, I have put all of my I have divided my points into 2 aspects. One is on this dexterity, and the other one is on vitality. Just to give me some more survivability. That's why I put 105 points over there. Now for my offense, I am using the I put almost all of my points in the cooldown reduction, respectively. On the I only put 45 points there because the next 1% is actually very negligible. So 9% is actually what I think, in my opinion, is a good level. And of course I placed the rest of the points on the critical hit chance over here. Now for my defense, I put everything on resist all because I'm doing pretty bad resist all on my gear, so that's why I put everything on resist all over here. And for my utility, I put everything on the life on hit because I'm doing a pretty bad life on hit on my character. hold on, I haven't finished the skills yet. For my mantra, I'm using the mantra of retribution. Now, the only reason that I'm using the mantra of retribution is to get the rune transgression, which increases our attack speed by 10%. Because since we are using a two-handed weapon here, I am attacking at a very slow rate. For example, let's try changing that into a mantra of healing. As you can see, we are attacking at a very low pace. It's not that slow, but it's still slow in my opinion. I don't really like it. That's why I've chosen the mantra of retribution with the, what do you call this? Where is it? Yeah, with the transgression, so that I could have, you know, some more attack speed on my character. Now, so that's about it. I'm still using the, what do you call this, Legacy Mempo of Twilight, Legacy Ina, Legacy Lakuni. This is actually a new, what do you call this, a new item from the Loot 2.0 system. As you can see, pretty insane amount of dexterity there, 513. A lot of armor, 281, and having, you know, two of those beloved stats that I really love. Critical hit damage increased by 49%, lacking only 1 more % to cap it off. I think the cap, the maximum cap for critical hit damage is at 50%. So almost capped out there, and a high critical chance of 10%. Now I'm not really fond of the orange tooltip there, which says that after earning a massacre bonus, gold rains from the sky. They could have changed that into something else, but I guess you can combine that with something like, hold on, where is it? I have it right here. Oh my god, I think oh my god, where is it? Okay, sorry, it is. So I think you can combine that with a weapon such as what I mean is a armor such as this one. As you can see, picking up gold grants experience. So this will actually complement each other. While gold rains from the sky, after you earn a massacre bonus, you earn you earn some bonus experience, of course, while you pick up those gold coins. Now for my belt, I am using the Razor's Drop. This is actually pretty good because as you can see the orange on the orange tooltip there, picking up a health globe releases an explosion that deals 378 weapon damage as fire to enemies within 20 yards. That is actually pretty good, especially if you have it in combination with an item that increases the chances of monsters dropping health globes. There is an item, I'm sure of it, there is actually a legendary item that does that, and of course combining it with this one, and then combining it with a pick-up radius particular legendary, I think there is a legendary item that greatly increases your pickup radius. So as you can see, Blizzard is trying to do all of this combination, which I think is really cool. And of course, yeah, combine those three, these three items with the ones that I just mentioned, and you get a pretty decent additional passive damage that you don't really need, you don't really need to activate. They just activate by themselves. So it's a pretty good combination. If you guys could probably find those legendary items, I think that the combination will be definitely OP. Alright, for my Hellfire Ring, I'm using this one. I think I've got a pretty good roll on this one. Good amount of dexterity, and I got a critical hit increase, damage increase of 33%, and I got a critical hit chance increase by 4%. For my other ring, I'm using this one, simply because that I just can't find it to change this one, because the critical hit chance, the critical hit damage, the average damage, the vitality, and the life per hit is just a combination that is really hard to change. I did find several legendary rings, the new ones from the Loot 2.0, and it just I just find it really hard to replace this one, simply because of the exorbitant amount of damage that the ring is giving me. For my pants, still using the what do you call this? The Legacy Ina. I will change this if I find a new or better one. Probably a Dex, a Vitality, a Resist All, and a 2-socket pants. Whatever of those 4 combinations. I really want to change this one too, and of course my armor. I really want to change this one. No resistances. You know, it's a pretty bad it's a pretty bad armor in my opinion. For my shoes, for my boots, I'm using the Ice Climbers. This is also a legacy. As you can see, pretty bad vitality there. Although I have a good high roll of dexterity and a good high roll of all resist, which is 80. The vitality is pretty low. I'm going to attempt to try to change that when ROS releases. And you know, try to roll the vitality into a higher roll. All right, so enough talk. I have talked too much, and let's get into some gameplay. Oh my God, there's so much spit on my monitor. Anyway, I am going to go to the Festering Woods because there is a guaranteed area in here. What I mean is there are 2 dungeons here which has a guaranteed elite mobs that we could, you know, we could fight. Hold on, let's just lower the volume. I forgot to lower the volume. I do apologize. All right, so let's find that. What do you call this? Let's find that dungeon. So as you can see, within 2 or 3 hits, the mobs are dying, you know, really fast. I haven't even used the wave of light yet. And yeah, so it's pretty cool. The what do you call this? They really made the Deadly Reach, you know, make so much damage. And I'm doing Torment Level 1, by the way. I can do Torment Level 2, and I could push it to Torment Level 3, but I just found, you know, I just find myself dying a lot there. And, you know, and I'm not really efficient at, you know, killing groups of mobs and, you know, elite packs in general. So I just really chose to do what do you call this? Torment Level 1 because I want to become efficient. All right, so where is he? Where is he? Well, all right, so he's here. Let's pop in our SSS, and as you can see there, we're doing pretty great with damage. Let's pop in our what do you call this, Serenity, and let's pop in as much wave light as possible, and then get out of the area because they are doing some sort of what do you call this, some good damage. As you can see, the Deadly Reach is doing really good damage to this elite pack right here. The SSS cooldown is done. Let's get in there and let's pop in the what do you call this? Let's pop in the SSS. So as you can see, after the SSS has cooled down on the second time that you pop it, the 7-sided strike, it is guaranteed to almost kill the elite pack immediately. So it's a pretty fast. The build has a pretty fast kill rate, in my opinion. So that's about it for me, guys. So thank you so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed the content, please like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, I'm gonna see you guys on the next one of my video. Have a good one. That will be really good. And of course, next to that is called the Brawler, which says that as long as there are 3 enemies within 12 yards, all of your damage is increased by 20%. So that is pretty interesting